Good morning and welcome. Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason on this Tuesday. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I know you are. You got your gold and silver put away. Life is a whole lot easier when that happens. Our toll-free number, 800-951-0592. The website at allamericangold.com, and I'll say it again and again and again until it gets through. You know what? Sometimes we're hard-headed. We really are. We want to be positive. I'm a positive person. You know what? I'll give you a great example. This is how positive that I am. If you have your gold and silver put away, life is going to be great. I'm positive that that is what is going to happen. If you don't, not so much. Not so much. So I hope you are getting more and more diversified. Be very smart here. By the way, breaking news, the German parliament, it is official. They have paved the way to essentially get out the spending bazooka as, again, everybody's got the same plan here. Let's try to grow our way out of the problem. The Fed is meeting today and tomorrow. Normally, we get a pullback. Like, normally, you're like, okay, Fed week. You know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it could be a buying opportunity. We can buy the dip. Yeah, no dip. Matter of fact, it's a new all-time record high for gold, and it's just running away here. But for those of you that have been waiting, hoping, hey, where's my chance? This is the chance. I'm telling you. $3,000 is not that important. It's not that big of a number, especially when you look at how much money we're spending, how much debt we're going into. But you guys but we got Doge, we got Donald Trump. They're trying. They are trying. They are. They're trying. It's not going to work because why? Well, come on. Why? Stop being so negative. You said you're going to be positive. Well, okay, I'm positive that it's not going to work. Unless we raise the hell out of taxes, and I'm mostly talking about the FICA tax, you know, the 6.2 plus 6.2, or if you're self-employed, 12.4. To what? I don't know, double. Anybody want to vote for that? You want to see that? Now, of course, Donald Trump saying, well, no, we're going to cut taxes. Well, at least try to make permanent the tax cuts from his first administration. Because remember, that was one of the ways they could make they do the funny math. Oh, they always like to do, over 10 years. Over 10 years, the debt is only this or the debt is only that. Well, one of the reasons that they were able to do it the last time is they said, well, the tax cuts will expire in 2025. And then see, it won't look that bad. Well, they don't want them to expire. We all know this. How about Doge? How much are they cutting? Not that much. Sorry. And I told you this. I mean, the firing's great. Unless you're the ones being fired. I mean, then it's not so good. I get it. Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, defense. Can't do anything about the interest now. It's too late. That cat's out of the barn. Is the cat out of the barn or the cow? The cow's out of the barn. I guess there can be cats in the barn. I don't know. All the animals are out of the barn. They've left Noah's Ark. This is what we have in store. And, of course, don't worry because our banks are so safe. Everything's going to be safe. It's going to be okay. We're not going to have another financial crisis, are we? Right? And think about this. Just the four biggest banks $3.2 trillion in insured deposits. That's insured deposits. Oh, I know. It's fun, isn't it? How much money does the FDIC have? Oh, yeah, $100 billion. Yeah, that we can see. Boy, that math works really good. Of course, that doesn't account the uninsured. I don't know anybody. If you've got more than $250,000 in any one bank, you're asking for them to take your money. You're just asking for it. But remember, I'm just going to throw this out there because we're not at a financial crisis yet. The only thing in Dodd-Frank that they haven't gotten, because they got rid of all the rules about the banks behaving better. They just threw them away. Think about it right now. Do you know that the banks have to keep zero of your deposits? Zero! Why? Because, well, their balance sheets suck. That's why. Someone's got to buy all this debt, too. Let's not forget that. But just remember, at any time, no, I want my money. No. I want to go to the sidelines on my money market account. No. Well, I want my money from my money market account. No. Or they can say, well, yeah, we're going to whack you 10%. How about this? All you, well, I'm in my money market. I'm getting, I don't know, what are you getting, 4%? Look how good I am. Just remember, not only could they charge you massive fees to get your money, they can tell you can't have your money. Worse yet, they can just say, well, it broke the buck. You lost 20% of your money. Sorry. We'll be back after the break. 800-951-0592. The Dow is down 300. It's had a couple of days, right? Had a relief rally on Friday, kind of followed through yesterday, not so much today. And again, just remember, stocks are not on sale. Not yet. They're not on sale. The S&P's down 70. The NASDAQ's down 320. The 10-year note unchanged at 4.31. Crude oil creeping. Crude oil still in a good place here, $68. But again, Donald Trump yesterday, any attacks by the Houthis is now going to be Iran's problem. Kind of got a bid there. Gold doing what gold does. Up $27.5, 33,030. Silver, get ready, boy. Silver's right on the launching pad. Just below 33.90 on silver. By the way, the TV silver, that's the May contract. 34.70. So get ready. Silver's day. Well, you know what? I shouldn't even say it. Silver's doing great. I mean, I know gold gets all the headlines, but silver's doing great. How bad is it? I know you're not going to hear about it unless you listen here. But last night, Indonesia's stock market crashed. Had to fire off the circuit breakers, as they like to call them, the circuit breakers, because it was falling so much they had to shut the machines off. Let you guys get out. Why? Why would this happen? Well, it was a combination of factors. What was that combination? Oh, yeah. The president wants to spend a bunch of money. Go figure. And they're worried, hey, I don't know, I'm not sure we can necessarily afford to spend all of that money. This is going to be a theme. We're going to see this happen, I think, all over the world. Could it happen here? It probably. Yeah, probably. I hate to say it, but probably. Remember, it was priced to perfection. And it's not Donald Trump's fault. It's not. But it doesn't matter. You know what? If you want to blame him, blame him. I don't care. Blame whoever you want. How about that we decided we didn't want to live in reality? What's the debt? I don't know. Right? We're just going to keep spending, though. We're going to keep spending at the same levels. But I thought you were cutting. Oh, we're going to keep spending at the same levels. No, didn't you hear me? Oh, okay, my bad. I got confused. UBS. Yeah, here they come. We knew they were coming. Well, remember Jeff Gunletch, he was laughing the other day, saying, yeah, you hear all these guys? The guy, oh, gold's going to be 3,000. He's like, gold's already 3,000. Gold's going to be 4,000. What are these guys doing? Well, UBS today, they were one of those 3,000. Now, listen, in fairness, I think UBS, to be fair, I think they were at like 2,600. Maybe even 2,500. Can't quite remember where they were. But they said gold was going to be, in 2025. Well, Jason, they're up to 3,200 now. And listen, the way things are going, and we could have 3,200 tomorrow. I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. I mean, when we look at it, we got a Fed meeting. Everybody's worried. Everybody's thinking that the Fed has to be super dovish. You know, we've got this problem where we need a strong dollar to try to help with inflation. But the problem is we got to have a weak dollar, right, to save us from the debt troubles. And it's one of those things. We can't have both, right? We can't have a strong and a weak dollar. And I think all bets right now, Jason, are the dollar. You know, it's been what do they call it? The cleanest dirty shirt in the laundry. Some people are getting ready to, it may be a little dirtier than that now.
Yeah, I saw a stat yesterday in the time that gold's gone from 2,000 to 3,000, which is 50%. The dollar's up, if you counted the 100% value of when gold was $2,000. Gold is silver's up to dollar's up 103 or 3% above its 100% value when gold was 2,000. So gold up 50%. The dollar's up 3%. And what the gentleman was saying is, and that's just because the dollar is what Joe just said, it's the best currency in the basket. He's like, you should see the gold value in China and the gold value in Europe and the gold value in South America, because the dollar's up 3%, gold's up 50%. And these other currencies it's a lot more expensive to get gold, Joe. It's a lot more expensive to get gold.
And it's gonna get a lot more expensive. I want to really drive this point home, because I know everybody out there, you think it's your money. Oh, it's the money in my bank's mine. No, that's not the law. Hell, it hasn't been the law since like the 1400s. I know. Well, we weren't even a country yet. Yeah, you're right. We weren't. Banking law is universal, my friends, and the courts have ruled over and over and over again. You used to laugh. People used to call me, Joe, show me where the U.S. I've got this law. I'm like, hello? I know it's hard to believe there was countries and banks before America. Go figure. But here's the thing that I can show you. See, they decided after the financial crisis, which they did not fix. Why are we still here? Because they didn't fix it. See, they pretended to fix it. Right? Because remember, listen, gold was what? It got to almost 1,900 for like a day. But gold was, really, it got to like 1,700 and change. And kind of shot up and then went back. But it went all the way back down to like 1,050. Because the people that, the paper guys, they fixed it. Say, they really fixed it. See, look, they passed on Frank and all this. I mean, they really did a good job. Well, then guess what? Took a while. Took a couple years for them to figure out, oh, wait, nah, I don't know that they actually fixed it. Right? There was a lot of newspaper, but I don't know that they actually fixed it. And then guess what? Then they started taking away all the fixes. Right? That really weren't fixes. Right? And then like, oh my, now all of a sudden they realize, oh my God, wait a minute, they didn't fix anything. But you know what they did fix? You know why they're buying gold? I'm going to lay it out for you so simple. Because it's not just central banks. Do you know why sovereign wealth funds are buying gold? Do you want to know why the billionaires are buying all the gold? Because none of it's theirs except the gold. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. Simple. But, Joe, I got my money in my bank account. You don't own it. At any time, they can tell you, sorry, Matter of fact, they can even say, hey, it got so bad, we won't let you have access to all your money. Think about that. Look at why. How can they do that if it's yours? Well, because it ain't yours. It's called bail-in. But I got it. You know what, Joe? I was smart. I was so smart. I put it into a money market account. Yeah, see, that's different. Right? Yeah, you're right. It is different. Different name. Guess what? It's actually worse. I hate to, how could it be? Well, I don't know that it could be worse, but it's worse. See, they can do all the same tricks. Well, I need my money on, let's just say it was Indonesia. That was America today. Okay? And you're like, oh my gosh, I'm in a panic. I need my money. Yeah, sorry, we shut the sheet. Not right now. But call me tomorrow. Call me tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Then they could tell you, hey, you know what? I know. Hey, you got $100,000 in this money market account. I can let you have it for a 20% fee. They can do that. They can put any fee on it. Guess what else they can do? No. Nope, can't have it. Sorry. And then if it breaks the buck, which had happened in the financial crisis, see, they changed that rule too. They can just say, hey, you know what, you're $100,000. I know you put $100,000 in here. I know we're supposed to give you, 4% interest and all that stuff. But right now, it's $80,000. Can I have it now? No. When can I have it? We don't know. Hopefully it won't get any worse. Those are the rules. How about your stocks? Oh, Joe, come on, man. It's fine. I talked to my stock guy. He says, don't worry, that's just, conspiracy. Yeah, okay. If your stock guy is not telling you what I'm telling you, get a new stock guy. Because that's the laws. Hell, they can even stop you from selling your freaking Robinhood, I don't care, whatever, Schwab, Scott Trade, whatever, Fidelity. Stop you from doing it all. Why? How? Because you don't own it. You know what you get to be? Let me tell you what you get to be. We all get to be this. All of us individual investors, right? We're so lucky that we are an unsecured investor. Now, the billionaires that bought bonds, right, guess what they are? Well, they're a secured investor. What does that mean? Well, that just means they get paid first. And then if there's anything left over, then maybe we get something. Those are the rules. You decide what you want to do. This is why I said, listen, do I think you should put all your money into gold and silver? No. No, I don't. But you better have some. And I'm going to say this right now. That sum better be a lot bigger sum than you were thinking.
Maybe you should take a look at what stocks you're invested in, too. Because if it's 401k, it's always nice to be softly invested in Planned Parenthood or things that you don't like. And on top of that, Joe, if Trump gets what he wants and we lower the rates and we start spending a bunch of money, the stock market can go up. Some of these stock guys might be right. Yeah, well, if Trump will just spend some money, it'll go up. But I made this analogy with homes. You have a $400,000 home. It goes up to $404,000. You're thinking, well, at least my home didn't go down this year. It went up 1%. What did I just say about the dollar? The dollar went up 3% since gold was 2,000, and gold's now at 3,000. It went up 50%. You better believe this spending goes on, this money creation to prop up markets happens, and gold's going to just have a field day. And it's going to outperform these markets. If this is what they're going to try to do to float markets and make them look better, and we're going to inflate our way upwards, everything's going to be more expensive. The stock market, your grocery store, everything. And the one thing that's going to be chasing one-to-one with how many dollars are put into circulation is going to be gold. Gold is a leading indicator. If gold's gone to $3,000 and the inflation so-called has cooled, then what inflation are we getting ready is going to hit us right in the face? Because the gold, they try to put it all gold reacts to the money creation. No, the biggest players, as Joe said, the secured financiers, they pile into gold first, gold goes up, and then the inflation hits afterwards because these guys protect each other. So 50% gold, 50% inflation, Joe? Is that what we're looking at? $12 loaf of bread.
We're not that far away. We'll be back after the break. 800-951-0592, Patriot Radio News Hour. Let me give you an example. Give you a better example. I don't know about better, but how about more recent? Remember all the executive orders that Trump has been doing? Remember the one that labeled the cartels as terrorist organizations? Remember that one? Sounds pretty simple. We're like, yeah, get those guys, right? Well, maybe here's the part you may not have known. And for those of you in California and Texas, in the wrong parts, I'm sorry. But the U.S. Department of Treasury Enforcement Network has announced a new rule cracking down on transactions in a certain geographical region, citing this executive order labeling the drug cartels as terrorists. The rule will expand the government surveillance of its citizens. It issued what they're calling a geographic targeting order, okay? Right now, we'll call it a geographic targeting order, but guess what? As soon as, wait a minute, the cartels are everywhere, coming to a zip code near you very soon. To further combat the illicit activity in money laundering of these Mexican-based cartels and other, quote, criminal actors along the southwest border of the United States, it is now requiring all money service businesses located in 30 zip codes across Texas and California. Apparently, Arizona got missed, so thankfully for that. What is this threshold? Any transaction of $200 or more. Right? So remember the $10,000 rule. Well, okay, $10,000. Here's a form you got to fill out and this and that. Nope. $200. The banks have said if you go to your ATM at any of those zip codes and you withdraw $200 or more, they're going to create a report. If you request more than $200, they've got to create a report. Jason, this is just an example of what the government can do. And, of course, at any time they can just say, you know what? We're going to ban all cash transactions because, well, terrorist organizations and zip codes and what did they call it? geographic targeting orders, but I just think people need to know. This is an example of what I'm telling you. The money's not yours. It's never been yours. It's never going to be yours. And now, because of these, quote, foreign terrorist organizations, they've come out and said, well, how about $200? Remember, everyone got mad at Janet Yellen when she wanted to, hey, $600 in Venmo or this or that or whatever, and everyone freaked out. Well, guess what? Our new Treasury Department, hey, anything over $200 and you're in the wrong zip code, Jason, you might be a terrorist or a drug dealer.
Yeah, you do anything that's counter to the system, and you get put on a list, right? So
$200.
$200.
What is that? I don't know. A couple dozen eggs? I mean,
well,
give me a break, $200.
I noticed my wife, because I still try to use cash as much as possible, and my wife is telling me to watch my cash behavior, when I just pull out a little bit of cash, at the self-checkout at the grocery store. She's like, yeah, you don't really want to pull that little folded wad out of your pocket. It freaks people out. And yeah, there's, if you look around, people have been programmed to see a wad of cash, even if it's just a couple, let's just say $300-$400, in 20s and 50s or something. And people, it's funny because they're trying to be wired to just use a card. But when somebody pulls out a couple $100, it's like they think that you're, what is the character on the Monopoly board? Right? You got $300 cash to pull out. They're using their card constantly, but boy, you pull a little cash out, and even though they're conditioned to be using cards and digital money, they act like, oh, what's this guy? Who's this guy think he is with his big wad of $400? It's like, so yeah, it's interesting, Joe. It's I guess. Are you actually putting a target on your back just to pull a little cash out of your wallet? Suddenly it's like, the goons and the thieves, you're marked because you're one of the few people that can actually just take it directly from you. So, I guess with freedom comes risk, I guess. So beware if you're holding cash in the future, Joe, because things get more expensive. Alex Jones's guy, he just was in a parking lot and he gets murdered, right? You said the world's getting wacky. And, no, $200 cash shouldn't put up alarm bells and make you some kind of crazy person, but they just don't want you having free money. I mean, it's not even free money. It's Federal Reserve notes. It's not even our money. No. It's their money, but it's outside of their digital system, so it freaks them out. That's how bad the system is so bad that they took the gold in 33, they took the silver in 64, they took the copper out of the penny in 82. Now Trump wants to get rid of the penny because it's too expensive, which means zinc is too expensive. A zinc penny is almost worth there's almost a penny's worth of zinc in a zinc penny, Joe. There's almost 1 cent worth of zinc in a zinc penny. So now it's like, well, yes, we know it's our Federal Reserve notes and we created it and it's ours, but we don't want you to hold it aside. It needs to be in there, or we could shut it off and shame you at any time. So it's crazy when the money that they created to dominate us with is now a problem for their broken system, Joe. It's crazy. It's crazy. The way it's been manipulated and how far down the road we are.
Well, boys, CBS News now saying that California has relented and insurance rates are going to jump 22% starting in May. They are saying that there will be a public hearing December the 8th. April the 8th, but it looks like it's all but done. In addition, 15% increase to the renters, and I want to say a 30% increase to landlords in California. And again, this thing it's monopoly money here, and now they're talking about, oh my gosh, someone had $200. We got to crack down on the drug cartels because, well, I don't know how much fentanyl that buys, but apparently it must buy a lot. Patriot Radio News Hour, Joe and Jason got a special coming up for you. That'll be next. Stay with us. 800-951-0592. Joe and Jason here on this Tuesday. Gold's up 30, 3,032, almost 3,033. Silver right now up 8 cents at 33.90. Yesterday we had $20 gold pieces on sale. We had 75 of them. Well, we don't anymore. I've got 33 20s. Obviously, price is going to be higher today, 1 through 19. And I only got 33, so you do the math. 1 through 19, 31.50. 20 or more, 31.25. So, you got, like I said, you got gold here, almost 3,000, almost 3,035. So you're still buying it really close to spot, which is really the name of the game when you're thinking about what's going on with gold. On the silver side, I'm going to heat it up here. U.S. Silver Eagles take $25 a roll off, $800 on U.S. Silver Eagles. Rolls of 20 U.S. Silver Eagles. How close are we to, hey, we're not going to be able to buy Silver Eagles at $800 anymore? We're right there. Right at, that $34 level with cost. Right now you're way above 37. You're approaching $38 cost here, right? I think silver's getting ready for $40 before the end of the year. And I know that a lot of people think I'm low. And I told you 3,300 gold way back in the day this year. And every dime that I look at it, I'm thinking, do I need to go even higher? Probably. But when we look at silver, there was a huge mining accident in Peru in one of their silver mines. It was so bad, it caused some type of economic disaster. The mine is closed, and they're saying that it may not even reopen because of the issue that they had in there. And of course, Peru, most people don't know this, but behind Mexico, they're number 2 in silver. Now, they're way behind Mexico. But, Jason, when we start looking at what these big silver miners are telling us, that the issue here is the lack of new mines coming and the exhausting of these old mines. And all the miners are saying, listen, we are pulling as much silver out of the ground as we possibly can, and it's just not enough. And now, I don't know the last time I even talked about a mining accident, but when it comes to silver, especially a mine that's producing really well, a shutdown for any time period is problematic. But in this mine in Peru, they're saying it may never reopen.
How big is that mine? There's a lot of mines, but this is getting to be something that's more than just this mine.
Yeah, this is something, though, where, this is the problem with silver. You take the top 30, 40 mines in the world, that's the majority of the production. That's where the big silver comes out of. And we already know Mexico's got big, big problems, and it's unfortunate. But their production keeps declining. Peru is one of these places where production was growing, and now this mine, Jason, essentially, all of a sudden Peru's like, well, yeah, we're only going to mine what we mined last year. So this was one of the few places that they thought we could get an increase, and it's not going to happen.
Well, I don't know, Joe. How will this affect? Is this going to drive gold further? Just this in Peru? Is this going to drive silver?
Well, this will drive silver. I think this is going to. I mean, let's face it. Gold doesn't need any help, right? Silver really doesn't need any help. But when you start to see all of these other factors, right, that we know are driving. Listen, we know about silver demand. We know we're not making enough. We know that we're running the 3 straight years of supply deficits. You look at, the gold. Every flight, the gold's full and this and that coming from London. It's incredible the amount of silver that has come through. And, Jason, the tariff wars, listen, they only get worse here in a couple of weeks, and I see no exemptions. So I think in the case of silver, we could very quickly go to 40 just to adjust to, wait a minute, right? This is a huge problem because of the fact that so many people want to demand and take possession of it, and there's just not that much out there. So I'll just say this. We're looking, we're sitting here at $34. You really got to pay attention. The spot contract really isn't important in silver right now. It's all about May. Right now, May this second is at $34.63. It had touched $35 for a brief second in October of last year. If we settle above, and I'm going to get you the exact number here, I want to say it's 35.04. That is the number we're looking for. A break above, let's call it $35. I think then we're going to talk about how fast to 40 does it go. $800 Silver Eagles, $20 gold piece, a mega sale today. $31.50, 20 or more, 31 and a quarter. Final segment coming up. 800-951-0592. Final segment here on this Tuesday. Remember, the Fed is meeting right now. All eyes on tomorrow. Gold's at a new all-time record high, sitting here 31.32 and change. Almost 3,033. Silver at 33.90. The Dow is down almost 400 points today. $20 gold pieces. I wish we had more, but it is what it is. 1 through 19. $3,150. So you're talking about what? Not even $120 over the spot price. It's incredible. I mean, just 10% over, right, would put you over $3,300. We're at $3,150. Buy 20 or more. $3,125. That's not even $100 over spot. Not even $100 over spot. And who knows what tomorrow is going to bring. And then U.S. Silver Eagles. It's close here, right? We're right on the precipice here. We're going to watch this May silver contract. If we break out here, right, we're targeting 35.04 is the number. The May contract in silver right now, 34.65. So, I mean, this is, silver goes up 40 cents every day. That's what it does. If we breach that, we may, I don't want to say ever because you never know, right? But you may not be able to buy Silver Eagles for $800 anymore. I mean, let's just say this. By 2026, I fully believe, Jason, the roll of Silver Eagles is going to be $1,000 plus. That's just what I think because, just going back to $50, the all-time high, right? I mean, right there, that's $1,000 plus. Who knows what it's going to cost over? So $800 here. Great deal on silver. Great deal on $20 gold pieces. 800-951-0592. 0592. By the way, Donald Trump, Vladimir Putin, the phone call is going into hour number 2. So they've been on the phone for well over an hour. Who knows what news will break there. But Jason, according to Donald Trump, they're talking land, power plants, right? It's kind of, well, how much stuff are we going to give the Russians for them to stop the war, I guess?
I was reading a site just while we've been on the air saying that Russia's won the war, it's over. So there's some guys out there saying this thing has been solved, and what you're talking about on the phone is probably just iron out details. And let's face it, Zelensky is a puppet president. He will bark when he's told to bark. He'll sit when he's told to sit. And when the decisions are made, he will do what he's told. He seems like a revolutionary, and if he is a revolutionary, then we know what will happen to him. He will meet an untimely end, and the Ukraine war will be over.
Yeah, we'll see how this plays out. I know that as of last night, apparently Ukraine holds pretty much no more territory. The Kursk territories now fully in control of the Russians. So, again, hey, wow, we got a Fed meeting to talk about tomorrow. We've got record high gold prices, and now we're sitting there saying, okay, is it silver's turn?